once again, Virginia Rider fans. Welcome back to another video. I'm your host, Mark Ritchie, and today we're going to talk about the impacts of the motorcycling community on the U.S. economy and what you as business owners can do to help attract more traffic to your establishment. Wow, what fun. Well, it's another beautiful day here in Highland County. Windy's indicating 72 degrees. It's just gorgeous. It's severe clear. And I'm just going to take a little leisurely stroll up 250 to Monterey and talk about motorcycling and economics and things business owners can do to help themselves out. I saw a couple of news articles. One was on a study by the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis. Wow, did I remember that? I originally sent this out to our advanced research crew, but they never got back to me, so I had to dig this stuff up myself. But they were saying that the outdoor recreation community has eclipsed the $1 trillion mark, adding to the U.S. economy, or the output of the U.S. economy. So I thought that was rather significant, and they broke it down into several segments, like hunting, fishing, and trapping was one, and hiking was another. I got some bikes on my tail. And they paired motorcycling with ATVs, which I thought was, I don't know what the right word for it is. I would have rather just seen motorcyclists, but the motorcycle ATV segment generated over $18.5 billion, and I think it was 2022. And I'll leave links to these articles in the description section so you can browse for yourselves. And another article I saw was from the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety, and their numbers said that the number of registrations for motorcycles in the United States doubled from 2001 to 2021, and it went from 4.3 million registrations to 8.6, and most of those belong to the touring and cruiser segments. Those numbers in 2021 were approximately 5.5 million, and if you wanted to throw in the sport touring and dual purpose segments, that would eclipse 6 million. And you know, just off the top of my head, I had kind of my own theory working, and this doesn't really relate to manufacturing, but if the average motorcyclist were to spend, let's say, $200 a month, and most of that would encompass gas, food, and lodging, and that's a fairly conservative figure, I think. For that 6 million, for those 6 million registered motorcycle recreationists, that would cap out at over $14 billion in the United States. And like I say, that's a fairly conservative number. So what are some of the things as business owners, what can you do to attract more of those numbers to your establishment? And I'm talking mostly about restaurants, because that's usually first and foremost on people's list of destinations, you know, in addition to parks and things like that. This is Mike the scooter guy. We'll pass him going up the hill here. Hey, buddy. So the first, I kind of broke it down into 3 areas. The first would be advertising and marketing. Second would be outdoor seating. And lastly would be events. So with respect to advertising and marketing, the first thing that pops into my mind, and this is all just stuff off the top of my head and from my experience as a motorcyclist that I've seen over the years and things that I prefer. So this has nothing to do with me breaking out beakers and test tubes and crunching numbers and things like that. So the first thing I would do as a business owner, if I owned a restaurant, would be to either get a banner or a sign or some, even one of those windy flags that you can stick in the ground that says "Welcome Riders," and in that order and that specifically, "Welcome Riders." We've discovered that the riding community is more than just two-wheel bikers, so that includes the trikes and even sports cars to some degree. And the reason we put welcome first is, well, say for example you switch riders with service members, and imagine being someone in the Army or one of the armed forces walking into establishment and a sign on the door said "Service members welcome." It would kind of leave an uneasy type of thing in the air, like you feel kind of marginalized, and an open-ended question would exist and pop up like, well, why wouldn't we be? So that's why we say "Welcome Riders." And another thing you can do is advertise in a magazine. Also get involved, be part of the culture. You know, you want to attract bikers, riders, just as you would any other segment of society. You know, we're no longer the outcasts and rogues and that outdated paradigm that has outlasted its usefulness. When I sold motorcycles, I sold them to all segments of society: doctors, lawyers, pilots, you name it. And you know, 8.6 million registered vehicles contains a very broad cross-section of the citizenry of this nation. So that being said, outdoor seating is a big thing for me. I would rather, if there was 2 establishments and one didn't have outdoor seating and the food was similar, I would always choose the one with outdoor seating if the weather was suitable. I'd much rather listen to birds and watch the trees dance with the wind than exist in a confined area with a arsenal of TVs on the wall and just being bombarded. When I want to take a break, you know, from being hyperly aware and keen to all my senses while riding a motorcycle, I want to relax, and I don't want to have input that doesn't enable me to do that. And that's just preference. You know, there's a large segment of folks that like that, and it's not a right or wrong. It's just, you know, what are you really after when you stop someplace besides the food? And for me, it's the atmosphere. And So if you're a business owner and you have the capability, you have the finances, you have the room, rock some tables and chairs and umbrellas, and you could just, I don't know what the figures are, but you'll definitely attract more motorcyclists because we like being outside in the first place. And another thing that you can do is host an event. Put the word out there that you're available, your establishment's available. If you have plenty of parking and facilities, you could have a few dozen motorcyclists, browsing inside your location as a result of that. You can sell more of what you're selling every day. If you can't host an event, you can make one of your own. Just have an open house. And that applies for any type of business. But getting back to the motorcycle events, even if you're not going to be the host, like say for example you have a poker run, put the word out there that, hey, we'd love to be one of your stops. It's just little things. And if anybody has any ideas of their own, please be sure to leave them in the comments section. We're not experts like that we know it all, and there's nothing that we can't learn. It's all happening in real time and fluid motion, so everything's evolving. And also let us know if there's something you need help with. If you need help designing a t-shirt with a motorcycle theme, or a Welcome Riders flag, or anything like that, those little things can go a long way to a rider that hadn't planned on stopping at your location to notice something and trigger something to happen to make them want to stop. Another idea I had too was, if you want more riders to your location, is just pick a number. Like if you and 5 of your friends show up, receive 10% off your meal, something like that. The number could be something of your choosing, obviously, but that would gain some attention. So again, let us know if you need any help with anything. We're here for you. You can also send us your events and your shots pictures, and any of you that ride with your favorite dog, to Virginia Rider Magazine at yahoo.com. And make sure you jump on over to virginiarider.com, sign up for your free monthly digital subscription to Virginia Rider Magazine, full of news, features, events, and information. Sorry, I just had a chicken sandwich, so I'm trying to talk and digest and ride at the same time, but we don't need to talk about that. Anyway, so we're going to sign off for now. We're approaching Mill Gap Road. Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, everyone.